What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Daphne. I am a full-time model living in New York City, and I also post on YouTube every Sunday. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit the button and stay in the loop for all the moving content, apartment related content. There's gonna be a lot of videos going up in the next few months. As you can tell by the title, today's video is gonna be my official apartment hunt in New York City. I spent the last, I wanna say week and a half looking at a bunch of apartments, and today you guys are gonna get to see them all. As of this current moment, I have actually signed a lease to one of the apartments that you're about to see. So after you watch this video, I want you guys to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know which apartment you guys think I chose. Before we get into any apartments, I'm gonna give you guys a quick lowdown of my situation and how everything went. Okay, so my current apartment is a studio. I actually did a apartment tour in one of my previous vlogs, so I'll have that linked in the cards and in the description box so you guys can kind of compare what I have now versus what I'm gonna have when I move. But yeah, my current apartment is a studio. It's located in the Kips Bay, Murray Hill area. Originally, I was paying around $2,000 a month to live in this apartment. Pretty much rent stabilized. I think it only went up like 20 bucks a year or something like that. And then last year, when I got my lease renewal, I think it was like end of January 2021, I actually negotiated it down to $1,600 because that's what all the other units in the building were going for, and that was kind of like what the market was in my area for studios. So yeah, that was really nice. I'm not gonna lie, it was really, really nice. But the studio itself is pretty basic. There's an elevator in the building, there's a live-in super, there's laundry, but other than that, the building and the apartment is very basic. You guys will see it if you want to watch the apartment tour. So yeah, I really enjoyed living here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the building or anything. It was just kind of time for me to move on to something a little bit more elevated and new. So when I came down to looking for a new place, the first thing that I had to do was kind of set a budget and figure out what I was looking for. A lot of you guys will already know this, but the real estate market in New York is insane right now. Like, trying to find an apartment for a decent price is pretty much impossible. Luckily, I already knew this going in, so I had already mentally prepared myself that I had to set my budget much higher than what I was paying at my current apartment. So when I very first started looking, I had set my budget for $2,800 a month. Quickly realized that if I wanted to get what I was looking for, I would have to raise my budget a couple $100s. So I ended up raising my budget to $3,200. And that was kind of like my max budget that I was willing to spend on an apartment. Also, I know I don't need to like disclaim myself or anything, but I will just say that obviously these numbers are outrageous, and I just don't want anybody to compare, you know, their living situation to mine, or just compare like the amount of money that they make compared to me. Like, that's not the point of this video. It's just, you know, me sharing my experience and just like sharing what's out there. So I don't want anybody to feel like this is some sort of like marker as to where you should be in life. It's not what this is at all. But yeah, this is where my work is. This is where I ultimately need to be in order to work and make money and live my life. So yeah, I just feel really fortunate to be able to live in this kind of place. Moving on to how I found these apartments. So I was fortunate enough to have my friend Angelo, who you guys will see later on in this video, help me find my apartment. He is a broker in the city, so he has not only access to all the public listings, but he also has a lot of connections when it comes to buildings and agents in the city. He was the one who helped me find all these units and ultimately helped me sign for my new lease. Do you have to use a broker? No. You can find, you know, apartments yourself. There's a ton of search engines. There's StreetEasy, there's Zillow, there's apartments.com. And I actually did use StreetEasy when I was like looking for myself, and I would just send the listings to Angelo. But with the way that the market is right now, I don't think that I would have found the apartment that I ended up choosing, and I don't know if I would have been able to even see any of the apartments that I saw without him. So that is something to consider. It was the most hassle-free, seamless apartment hunting experience ever. Like it was everything I could have hoped for, and I'm so like grateful for how stress-free it was. So yeah, I did just want to mention that because it is part of the whole apartment hunting process. And if any of you guys are looking for an apartment in New York and you need help, I will have all of Angelo's info linked down below, so you guys can reach out to him and he can help you guys find the perfect place. Okay, and now for my apartment criteria. I was looking for either a studio or a one bedroom. I kind of knew that I was probably gonna have to go with studio, just considering all the other things that I was looking for, but I still kept the one bedroom option open. Then I kind of had two categories. I had my absolute must-haves, like things that I cannot go without, and I had my wants, like things that are like nice to have. So my must-haves were location. I don't know, I was sort of specific, but I was also kind of keeping my options open just because I didn't want to miss out on like a great unit or a great building in an area that I'd ruled out. So I was looking in my current area, I was looking downtown like Battery Park, Fidei. So I kind of kept them a little bit open, but I ultimately knew what areas I wanted to live in. Other must-haves were elevator, laundry in the building, great natural light. Light is very important to me, and renovated. I absolutely wanted a renovated space, mainly because this apartment is very outdated. Like the kitchen, the bathroom, all the finishes are old, and I just didn't want to like move into an apartment that felt like this one. I really wanted to feel like I was moving into a more elevated space. So those were my must-haves, and then my nice-to-haves were things like a luxury building and amenities. Like if I had to pay the amount that I was paying, I might as well move to a building that offered me more than a building like this, for example, that doesn't have a gym or doesn't have a doorman or doesn't have like a lounge space or something. So those were things that were not necessarily deal breakers, but like things that I was definitely looking for, if you know what I mean. Okay, so apartment number one was a studio. It was located in kind of like the Midtown East area of the city, and it was going for $3,025 a month. Some of the pros for this apartment were the actual building and doorman, and it just felt like the kind of building that I would want to live in. The pros for the apartment itself were that it had a lot of closet space, the kitchen was renovated, had a nice bathroom, and the apartment itself had a lot of light. It was actually a corner unit, so there were windows on two sides of the apartment, which you don't always get in New York City. That being said, there were a number of cons for this apartment, the biggest one being like the overall layout. The way this apartment was set up is that there was a lot of space when you first walk into the apartment, and there was like quite a large hallway area, large in like New York size. And then when you walk into the actual living space, there's very limited space to actually put furniture and live. The space felt very close to the kitchen, and the actual layout of the living space was a square. Angelo and I measured the living space, and we both don't think that you could have fit both a bed and a couch in that living area. So that was definitely one of the downsides of the apartment. And then another con for this building was that there was an office building diagonally across from it. I think the building was far enough away that it didn't feel super invasive, but it still didn't have that feeling of like ultimate privacy. Okay, so apartment 2 and 3 were in the same building. I was able to film the first one, but the second one still had a tenant living in there, and honestly, this living situation was insane. Like, it just boggles my mind how people are able to live in such like filthy living spaces. I just have the footage from the first one, but they were pretty much identical units. I'll get to that. Both of these apartments were on the market for $2,800. Pros for the first apartment was that it was a big open space. The apartment itself was a long rectangular space, so you had a lot more flexibility when it came to the living area. You could fit both a bed and a couch in this space, which is obviously very important. Cons for this apartment was that it was on the ground floor, which for me personally is a deal breaker. Not only are you on street level and you're close to noise and potentially like people late at night, you just don't know what's gonna happen, but the closer you are to street level, the closer you are to also mice and roaches and rats. Like, New York is not a clean city. So personally for me, the ground floor situation was just not gonna work. Another con, both for the unit and the building, was that it was just outdated. Like, walking into this space, I felt like I would be paying more money to get exactly what I already have now. Also, the building itself didn't really have much to offer. They did have an elevator and they did have laundry in the building, but there weren't any amenities or anything. Also, I remember something being weird with the closet. Like, I think the closet was falling apart. Like, all the planks in the closet were just like lopsided. It was very weird. So apartment number 3, which is the one that still had the tenant living in it, was actually quite a bit bigger than the other one. It was also on the 7th floor, which was much better than being on the ground floor. And it had a walk-in closet, which is prime. So if you looked past the god-awful living situation of that apartment, it actually had a lot to offer. Other than that, it was very similar to the other apartment. The layout was exactly the same. I think the living space was just a little bit bigger. So I kind of regret not getting a video now, but in the moment it was just like, I cannot film someone else's living space. It was just crazy. Okay, so the last 4 apartments that you guys are gonna see were all seen on a different day, and I actually have a lot of vlog footage from this day because Angelo's camera guy, Adrian, was with us and he was filming us going through these apartments, getting my reaction and my opinions. So apartment 4 and 5 were in the same building. Apartment 4 was $3,125 and apartment 5 was $3,100. So there was a $25 difference between the two. Luxury building, doorman, amenities like a gym, deck terrace, there's a lounge and a working space, laundry, elevators, and all the units are up to date and renovated.
So we're gonna do an apartment search hunt. So this one goes for $3,125. This here is a studio, 14 feet by 12. There you go. What a
Beautiful view.
That's right there.
Yeah.
Couch will be here, TV here, or
The
couch here and the
yeah.
TV there.
That would be so nice.
This is what $3,000 gets you now in New York City. So look at the kitchen. See, we have more closet space here.
Yeah.
I think it's nice that you have the little entry.
There's a lot of space here. Like you could put.
Yeah, I was thinking that you could put like a little bin here.
Yeah, like you could put a whole dresser here if you wanted to, or like
Or
a
shelf or art
shelf.
piece right there.
Yeah, but I think it's totally doable. I don't have that many clothes.
Yeah, I think the view
Kitchen's
is so
good.
beautiful. That's it.
I want to see the other one though.
Yeah. So we'll take a look at now the K-line. This is the bathroom here. The bathroom's nice.
It's good.
You check the
A lot of cabinet
water.
space. I did it. We should check it.
Check the water.
Gotta check the water.
Yeah. Have to check the water pressure when you're looking for an apartment. Sure. Check the sink. Shower's the most important part right
I
there.
would have to change the shower head for sure. Just have
And,
to change the shower head.
The sink. That's good.
My current bathroom sink doesn't even work, so standards are high.
Hey, you have an AC HVAC system, so you have heat and air.
Yeah.
Sink. I like you.
Me too.
I like it.
Me too. Shades already in.
And here you're facing
West.
Southwest, yeah.
Sunset. You get sunset every day.
wow.
It's pretty epic. It's gonna be a whole different view.
Okay, hold it for you. Well, it might be bigger though. We already have one closet here.
Bathroom is bigger. Uh-huh.
This one seems wider, no?
Yeah, maybe. This is north facing too, so you don't really get a lot of light.
Yeah, this is 11.6.
11.6 and
Yes,
this
this is 11.6 by 16.7.
So the measurements online are wrong, in fact.
They got you in.
I'm not mesmerized by the view in this one. Do you know what I mean? Like the view of the other one is worth the
I mean, if you would have seen this one first, maybe you would have liked it more.
maybe. I do like the closet space. Maybe it's also the construction that's throwing me off on this one.
Yeah. This is $25 less than the other one.
This one's $25 less.
Than the other one. This one's 31. The other one's 31.25.
I mean, the 25.
I mean, that could get you a nice coffee, 2 iced coffees, and a banana cake.
I think you pay for the view. Because the
$25?
closet. No, I think in general you pay for the view in the other one.
Yeah, this is nice. I mean, the other one's way better.
Because the space is really not. It does not make me change my mind on this. Even the closet doesn't make me change my mind.
No.
Because it's not that much bigger.
Yeah, the other one's much nicer. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the windows you have more windows now on the other one. 3.
There's a whole panel that's not there.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if I'm speaking English.
No,
The bathroom feels bigger, but I don't know if that's just.
do you spend a lot of time in the bathroom?
No.
You're a girl, makeup.
No, I don't give a f. I do the same makeup every day. Okay, I think we've seen this one. Thank you. Fine.
This one was 6'6", this one.
6'6"? And the other one?
This is 6'5". So
Oh.
1 inch shorter.
It's strange, it feels different in here, right?
Yeah, because
I think it's the placement of the
the other side.
yeah.
This one. Yeah, this is way wider. You have 3 windows here, 3 panels.
Yeah, it just
So
it feels
it gets
so
bigger
much better.
here. You see?
Yeah,
So from here.
yeah. There's really a lot you can do.
I don't think you're gonna put anything here because you're gonna want to block the view.
Or even here. Like if I put the bed here, which is probably what's gonna happen.
She's already picturing herself putting the bed here, already imagining herself here.
Yeah.
Sold already. You see the park?
I think the view is just so nice. And what are they gonna do here? They're not gonna build anything here.
No.
This
They
is
can't.
gonna stay the way it is.
Yeah, they can build here. It's like the road is.
Should I FaceTime them? Do you have time?
Yeah, of course, man. $25 more though. It's like, oh man. Gotta starve for a day.
It's nice, right?
You have a dishwasher now?
Say hi. The only thing, there's not so much closet space, but look at it. No, I told you there's not going to be a bedroom. Yeah, girl. If you find out how much this costs, you're not going to want to even think about the bedroom. Eigen dertig. Wel mooi. Ja.
Lekker.
Lekker. Hij zegt lekker. Nou, we gaan ervoor, we zien het wel.
Oké, I love
Love you, ik spreek je.
you.
Ja. Doei, doei.
No in the cocaine.
No, oh, nee, kidding. Very bad, very bad.
Alright.
Yeah.
Set?
Yep, let's go. Okay, and then the last 2 apartments, apartments 6 and 7, were in another building. I thought that previous building was already unbelievable, but then when I went to this one, I was just blown away with what they had to offer. Literally everything from the entrance to the lobby to the elevators and the amenities. They had a pool deck and a gym and like a kids play area and a yoga room. It was just like anything you could imagine you could find in that building. So yeah, I was really excited to see the studios in this building.
What do you think about this one?
There's a lot to love.
Wash and dry.
Yeah.
There's $100 less.
Yeah.
There's $100 less than the last one. But you see you giving up the space and the view.
Yeah.
But you're getting a washer and dryer
Mm-hmm.
and a nice bathroom
Yeah.
and a kitchen.
I wonder, like, I think you could make it a nice space, right?
Hmm?
Like, you could make it,
Just having a bed.
and a couch.
What? A one-seater?
You don't think you could fit a couch? Like, I think a queen bed could easily fit there. And then you could put a couch there and you put a big mirror there or something. But the couch itself wouldn't be very big.
Yeah. Yeah, you put the...
But you could have put the TV here, so then you run into that problem.
Yeah.
So where would you put the TV?
Projector?
Okay, it's going to you.
A projector?
Put the couch here and then, no, you can't.
You don't need a TV when you have this.
Yeah, it's great entertainment. My mind wants to make it work, but it just isn't gonna work. Do you know what I mean?
And then you can have a couch. I mean, no. I don't think you need a couch. You just put a chair here.
A chair for what? What if I'm gonna have
one guest per one
but
guest at a
it's
time.
not even worth it. I'd rather not have this. Like, this is so not necessary to me.
The wash and dry?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. I feel like because I've lived without it for so long, like I'd
Well,
love to just.
Once you have it, you can't go without it.
This is the problem.
Problem. So let's not have it happen.
Exactly. It's the same with the
not
dishwasher.
how you-
Like, let me wash my dishes, please. Let me take my laundry all the way downstairs. And let me just get this like 3 feet back. It took me too long. I was right there. This view is gonna be better than much.
Like all the bright light you get. Feels much bigger though.
I mean, because it is.
Look at this whole walk-in closet.
Okay, I need to leave because I just said no. Ah!
You can have a couch here.
I could have 3 couches.
Wow, this is nice. The couch. You can even have a wall.
I could have so many clothes.
Look at all the closet space. This space is nice though. But
The space is nice.
I mean, you don't want to have that much light because you're gonna be all that light's gonna be in what you're in the pool upstairs.
Yeah.
Gonna be
Guys,
Decisions.
decisions. I mean, this is not even a realistic decision. But
36. There's only a few more YouTube ads.
there's a couple more sponsorships. I mean, I could just have a
Nice fridge.
second living room right here if I wanted to. Angelo,
3,600. Cheap.
what can you do to get this for 3?
Huh? For 3, maybe sign a 10-year lease. No, it's
Done. It's painful. Don't see studios that you can't afford. New York life
Yeah.
that you just spend and throw away every day.
How much do you spend a day?
I mean, I don't know exactly how much I spend a day, but if you think about it, right? Like, if you actually want to leave your apartment, you're spending money.
Well, you go outside New York City, you breathe, is $100. $100 is nothing now. $20 extra a day times 30 should be 600. You get.
I know,
I
but I think you also like don't want to be apartment broke, you know?
I know. You would just stay here. Daphne, you want to come meet me? You want to come meet me at home?
We have a pool, we have a laundry, you can do your laundry here.
Charge your friends to do laundry here. Yeah, that's a good money back.
It's called hustling.
Charge your friends to use around the pool.
Yeah. Yeah, you can come use my pool for a day pass. $50. Okay guys, we have made it to the end of the video. I know it was a long one, so if you stuck it out with me all the way through, I really appreciate it. I would love it if you guys could leave a guess in the comments as to which apartment I chose. And yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit the subscribe button if you want to stay in the loop for all the moving videos to come, especially my apartment reveal next week. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.